Hello, everyone. This is a grumpy old guy gaming. Um, it's on the early side on a Sunday morning, and as my cat decides that I just cannot have a moment's rest, uh, trying to get this controller set up. Ran into a bit of an issue this week. I'd planned on running a field or two to make this more amenable, but we are here on Sunday, and this is when I have time for it anyway. So, this is Dionysius, my wave master, and as you can see, he's level 98. We have almost reached the mountaintop, and I figured it might be fun to do it live this morning. So we're just going to head in and set up and go for it till we wind up at either 99 or 97. I have faith that we'll hit 99. Going to go into Shining Darkness. I think we'll take a look at a few different fields. First thing I'm going to do is show you what I've been running in party play of late. For a while there, I was running the Moonstruck staff, which gives melee and a great variety of higher level spells that aren't exactly summons. They're great for the mana efficiency. The SP pool is nicely conserved. And honestly, I had 99 magic attack anyway, so they were hitting about as hard as they were going to hit. Having the charm effect as well was a huge drawing point to me. This is actually BT's wand, gifted to me as well established on the channel. It's one of the most frustrating things I've ever run for. I've only ever naturally pulled it once, and I gave that version of it to my wife. But just to show you the stats I've got here with BT's wand, as you can see, the magic attack's still at 99, and my physical attack is all the way to 50. Now, I've only got 57 experience into this level, and that's a problem because just about everything in this game is going to give me 0 experience. Only the highest level monsters, thanks to the scaled experience, are going to give me anything, and that's 1, if not 2 points. So the first thing I want to do here, make sure my items are in good accord, and it looks like I am fine. Next thing I am going to do here is set up my typical weapon setup with the Caduceus Rod and the Staff of Truth. I don't have to worry about other people getting hits in right now because there ain't no more people. So I'm going to set up with the Caduceus Rod because at high levels that seems to be the best option for starting. Specifically with the field we're going to begin with. Said start a lot there, and I really do apologize for not having better word variety this morning. Set up our shortcuts. We're going to go L2 and circle. With the Man of the Hour, the Tower of Power, Craig Fa. Lancier's going in L2 triangle, and L2 square X is, of course, going to be Marrows. We're going to change L2 and square to Organzat. That's not going to come into play right away. First place we're going to go to on Shining Darkness is a good warm-up field, and it's a great place for experience in general at higher levels. Illicit Wholesale Grinding. I have mentioned it before. I will probably mention it again. It's a level 89 light field, custom field set up by Emus. Going to warp in. As it is light element, you're going to see the machine dungeon. And we're going to get a prompt right here as we warp in, warning us that experience is found here. Indeed it is. Grab my old snaky grunty. I don't know why. I just think Snaky Grunty kind of fits this character. And into the dungeon we go. This, like several custom things in Shining Darkness, is a multi-tiered reference of references. So first thing we're going to do is grab these symbols, giving us Aptorma and Apjuka. We're not sad about either of those, honestly, but they're not the ones we're going to be applying ourselves. We will, of course, be applying Rig-Geem and Rig-Same, and a Speed Charm for good measure. So this is set up in the style of a crab farming dungeon, where everything we face is going to be a gob machine. That was nice and quick. Not really worried about the treasure here. Hate to see that, don't we? Had to waste a second summon entirely just because we missed one. Hoping to not have luck that bad again. Nope. Big ol' hit that time, and you can see we're just about maxed out on damage on these things thanks to the boost from Apjuka. Honestly, using the Fa level Crake summons here is more just to cover the widest area. Obviously, damage-wise, we're going to kill them with just about anything, and you could probably go down to the RF level, maybe the CH level. I need to see if there's any stabs I can find with Crake CH, but that's for a different project down the road. Don't think we'll get all 8 on this one. Also, yes, I know it's a little laggy. That's just StreamYard and everything. Computer can only handle so much, I guess. But what this is giving us is a reliable 8 experience per room. Going to finish off that other side room, and that will effectively be the halfway point of this floor, so when we get to those symbols, we will reapply buffs. As you can see, just having all the stopping power in the world has been helping us a good deal with SP efficiency. Honestly, so has beating the 400 SP mark. I wasn't sure when that would come about. Turns out it was level 97, I believe. Yeah. Head up to the symbols. Good breather anyway, just to sort of get the SP pool refreshed. We shouldn't need a new speed boost here. We'll run out, but very close to the end. See a couple quick slashes taken right away at us. Mattering very little. If you don't move at all in these side rooms, that second portal won't open. Any sort of movement outside of the door, though, is going to trigger it. So keep that in mind if you run this in a party. You will be bringing a party to yourself if you're not careful. Clean 4-4 there. And clean 4-4 there. Awesome. Overall, happy with how things are starting. You know, I gotta admit, going 4-for-4 on the one-shot kills in the central rooms is a great time saver. Even with all of the pains we've taken to sort of keep the SP pool whole, we are just sort of teetering on the edge of viability to do this without an artisan soul here on the first floor. Need 2 clean clears for that to be a reality. And we didn't get it. Maybe we'll be lucky here and get just enough. Yeah, we'll have just enough. And then I botched the timing on the crake. Honestly, worked out about as well as one could hope. Can't use Organza, of course, because the goblin is immune. Okay. Little messy there, took a couple Orvac ROMs, but we got the first floor done, and as expected, right at the end, the speed boost wore off. So right at this point, having a little time helps, and if you've been paying close attention to the map there, you'll see 4 set chambers of that central stem heading off into like leaves or the square rooms branching out from the middle. So the dungeon layout is an homage to the phase Magus, the propagation. So we head into the second level here. Once again, getting App Juka and App Room. The look-alike effects for Rig Game and Rig Same. Of course, we're not sad about getting App Juka at all. An extra 10 points to my wood element while I'm blasting Crake throughout a dungeon. I'll take that any day of the week. Nice and clean there. This first portal, man, just giving us all the troubles. Of course, it's also letting us hit for 9,000 that much more. Margin for error is very little with this character. Could very easily get murked in that first portal, which is why the hit points come in handy so much. As you can see, we're up over 1,800, which is a crazy number for a Wave Master. Usually they're on the smaller side to optimize your SP pool, and while Wave Masters can typically get about 500 SP, the typical landing point at 99 for hit points is somewhere around 1,500. Nice and laggy, and I was like getting to the doors, so we knew that wasn't going to work out well. Also, terrible timing on the second crake, but it was at least close enough to get them both. Give that a moment. Beautiful. End of the first floor, into the second has got a little sloppy here. We had a nice crisp opening to this. But I think we'll finish out okay. And as you can see, we haven't been in mortal danger. Again, if you're not careful, these things can wreck your day. There's still gob machines that are still very high level. But of the high level enemies, this is probably the most soloable. And yeah, it's giving me one experience. At this level, most things are. I believe Astra Kings are amongst the few enemies that give me 2. I honestly can't think of a second off the top of my head. Buffs and everything refreshed at the symbols, and let's go for some hopefully crisper gameplay here. There's a nice middle shot. I think we got all 8 there. Yeah. When I say that, it's of course not anticipating any misses because I'm a level 98 Wave Master, and you really just don't anticipate missing at that point. Probably should more often though, because it's a dot hack game and they seem to enjoy you failing. Can't remember off the top of my head, but see, there I ran up. That was a mistake, and I'm going to pay dearly for it by the end of this animation. As you can see, the herd kind of spread out a bit. I got lucky there. Usually that lead one is way off the others. Got very lucky. And another short stop on the target. Yep. It's going to cost me yet another spell. See, what I want to do in these side rooms is just that right there. The amazing thing is small enemy versus level 4 summons, and as you could have seen from that front right one in the second portal, it doesn't stun lock them. It slows them down considerably, but they can advance on you and they very well can attack. Sometimes you just gotta get lucky and hit them before the animation starts for them to run, which is tough sometimes because they're going right out of the gate. At least a clean run through the third set of rooms. Okay, that was the fourth. Welcome to I'm Bad at Math. At Forma here in the third, and at Vorv. Get our buffs in order. Try and get the camera centered. Perfect. And we still missed one. This is life. It was the one we targeted, the one literally right in front of us. We were looking at the damn thing. We planted a tree right underneath it, and it missed. Auto ran the whole way to the back of that portal. Nice cozy spot to settle into. Of course, we're only hitting for about 8,000 now. You can see the drop off after we finally don't pull up Juka and a symbol. Nice and laggy here with the symbols. That's an 8 for 8 though. Do apologize for everyone on that shaky cam, just not much you could do right by the door here. I, of course, made the cardinal error of moving and running out of SP, and you could see just how quickly I was down to triple digits, but only for a moment. High-level Wave Master either looks very, very routine and boring, or very, very scary. Wow, a double mess. We are just the worst here in floor 3. Maybe we could finish this portal out, Clay, and get to the symbols. There we go. A little bit of Atvorv and Regime. All right. That saves us a little bit of rebuff time. Also switches us to this sort of cool, soft green. As far as Rigsame being the last aura up. There's 8 more planted. Okay, now we're getting back into it. Now we've got it back. Beautiful. And that should be all right, too. Thank goodness it was. I was grabbing a drink. Weird blip there. And I just cannot get these guys set. Just awful. Dreadful play there. Okay, that should help a bit. Now, we did see the virus crystal at the end of that central room, which means we are right at the end of the journey here for this particular dungeon, and there is the all dungeon portals open. So we've cleared everything. Got all the experience we can out of this particular dungeon. And a virus core K for our efforts. Going to go in here. 9 times out of 10, this is a Sumigari. And some noble wines to refresh yourself. Now, we came in here at 57 experience. We're up to 339. That's not an insignificant amount. In fact, that's going to be as good as it gets. I am going to take one more run through here, and then we will just random field the rest of the way. Overall, that took a little over 20 minutes, but I had some just awful rooms. So I think we could probably shave a minute or two off that. About 20 minutes for a solo run sounds about right for Wave Master. Apjuka and Rigsame, we're starting out right here. Got to make sure not to run too terribly far so that we miss these guys. Key is finding that nice central point. Yeah, this is what we want to see. We're approaching 300 SP at the end of the second room. 3 clean portals. Because this is a custom field, you will see no variety in the monsters. Everything you see is what you are going to see here. Lost track of things, and that was dumb of me. As you can see, those top 2 are clear. They're still running around. So yeah, third room, and I'm already making mistakes here on this second run. Still going to have just enough if this is a clean portal to get everything cleared without an Artisan Soul or a quick switching to a different spell. As you can see, our biggest hero thus far in the adventure has been splash damage. Afghans and a refresher of Apjuka. Again, happy to see those. Afghans protects us from the strikes of the gob machines a little, and Apjuka helps us hit a little harder. Not that it's necessarily needed, but certainly appreciated all the same. Yeah, the key is hitting that sort of central point where the portals are joined. Got a 7 out of 8 there. I guess this run will still be alright if we just avoid that just dog terrible middle room I had in floor 3. Get ourselves turned around and moving. There we go. I think I hesitated there for a second, but still got to my point and got the full 8 out of 8, which is what we really needed there. Stop them on a dime. Once again, I tried to jump the portal just a fraction of a second too early. Get a little jumpy on those sometimes. Overall, it works out because the added time it took me to get out of that dialog box and recast gave us more than enough SP to clear this. Barring any misses, of course. But yeah, that's not the best floor one, but certainly not a bad one. Starting off with a pair of rigs, same. And like adult, it's not a huge problem, but yeah, my timing was a little off there. I ran ahead after getting the double rig sames. Not the most beneficial pull I could have got from those symbols, but definitely not going to be sad about free health regeneration. Once again, teetering around the 250 mark. Once again, botching a portal. I need more caffeine to wake up and less caffeine to be so jumpy. But the portal's rather nice to us there. Almost trip over the box by the door, and to the next set we go. Caught those about perfect. And all for naught because we got a miss. I really should put Rejuke Cruise in there, but I don't think it has enough stopping power for a one-hit kill for L2 square. So overall, it would be kind of a waste anyway. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I have Rejuke Cruise with the Caduceus Rod. Entirely possible that was part of another weapon. I think I got 3 out of 4 here. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. We'll go with Warvac Rom. Not the best room there. And it was caused by one little slip. It was one step up. I didn't even mean to walk. I just brushed the analog stick. Did get a clean clear of this room, though, which gets us to the symbols, and that's all we really wanted on that. Get some app format, and our old friend App Juka has returned. Adding in my speed boosts because I've just been getting sloppier, and if not playing 100% crisp, I don't want to take that risk. Some days you just don't have your A game. for me, it's most of them. Or maybe my A game is just a high B. Who's to say, really? "35 minutes in. Good shots there. Perfect. Get them all right in the middle, take no damage, and move on. All 8 down. Okay. A little bit of chip damage here, but nothing too terrible, and that's a pretty clean second floor. May have had a miss or two in there, but nothing too awful. At Vorv, and our old buddy Rig Same. Which again, we're not sad about. It means we're well over 300 points, and we get a nice quick run through here. Nice 8 for 8 there. All right. So these 2 runs will give us a great foundation to work off of. Certainly not be the most riveting 40 minutes of gameplay you've ever seen. Or maybe they have. Maybe this is your first fragment video. If so, welcome to the game. It's a trip. It's all the .hack R1 games you may already know, but nothing like them. When it comes to little tiny details, due to a couple tweaks that make the experience wholly unique and somewhat brutal. It's just familiar enough while being its own distinct thing. And if this isn't your first fragment video, stop bragging. It's not mine either. Another clean room there. Has us about 159 as we leave. Got the symbols approaching, which of course is our signpost for the home stretch. Wanted that 4-4, and we got it. Sidestepping the treasures, because of course experience is its own reward. and they take time to open. Didn't pick up anything particularly juicy out of those symbols. But hey, glad they were here anyway. About 323 heading into the next room. Don't hate that total, just means we don't have room for a lot of missing. I really like how that turn went. Lag just sort of came to the rescue on that one. Gave us that nice sort of panning effect, slow and dramatic. Beautiful. That's where we needed to be through there. And we've actually got a chance here, if we miss one, that we could just double tap Crake. We kind of want to keep that in reserve as long as possible, but it is good to have that little reserve of SP. Big ol' 8 of 8 there. So we did, in fact, avoid the boogeyman center room. Okay. Moving through. Another clean clear there. That's going to put us at about 180. Last two portals, I believe. And again, we have a chance here on 2 clean sets to get this all done without any sort of need of help or stalling tactics. Which, of course, doesn't work out, but we got just enough back to double tap Crake there. Virus Core A, the most basic of the virus cores, I suppose. And another Sumagari. Well, the Sumagaris will sell well. The Noble Wines will head into the collection, and we have 373 experience to get from random fields. By now, you're probably saying, that was 40 minutes of just throwing trees at goblins. Surely you're tired of them. And yes, I'm rather tired of them. So we're going to head back to town, refresh, and go fight things that aren't gob machines. They serve their purpose wonderfully. If I wanted to make one more run through, I would be right at that total. If I wanted to make sure this was a nice, clean, condensed stream, that is exactly what I would do. But chaos sometimes has to take precedent. Definitely didn't use any fairies orbs there. Nothing else I really want to sell. And speed charms, buy 11 of those. So we got a little bit of profit out of that. Just from grabbing the statue chests. Puts me up to 30 on the Noble Wines. Let's go ahead and random word till we get something level 98-ish. Shining Darkness actually being very well behaved there. 95 is good enough. We'll go with Chris Middle Finger Odd Key. And that's a good starting point. 95 will still give us some experience here. I feel, given the fact that it's a water field, that I kind of want to switch right away to the Staff of Truth. We'll see if the game will let me after buffs. No, already hearing heavy footsteps, so we're not even going to try. And Madame Niagara's. Oh, not good. At least we know that if we avoid Marrows in the presence of the Madame Niagara, we're going to hit all 3 targets. Go back to Crake here. And yeah, still not enough. That will do it there. That or Vakaram. We will be grabbing treasures here. Armor Generals also give us 2 experience. So that's a thing. Grab us a Fairy's Orb. And yeah, first thing we're going to do is set up our Staff of Truth. That's going to give us Yarthkins on Circle. Rhynek on Triangle. Vulcan on X, how we missed it. And as we no longer need an Earth or Fire spell on Square, we'll go ahead and grab Farai Cruz. Also going to cast us up a bit on hit points. So we didn't even clear a portal yet in this field, and it's arguably more dangerous than the 2 runs through illicit wholesale grinding already. Grab a symbol here. Not sad about the App Corp, just not going to use it. More Armor Generals coming. Just sort of letting them walk their way over. Hate when they bounce off each other, because the goal is to get them real close like that, and then apparently miss on splash damage, so it was all a waste of time anyway. Think that gets things centered back up? Yeah. Just going to rely on Vulcan being the fastest here. And then missing like crazy, so Farai Cruz is going to be my kill. Raikamaru. Quality. More Aptorv. Got Aptorv and Apcorv. The game really wants me to punch things. Oh. Not the spread I wanted there. But the second cast worked out very well. Got rid of our Madame Niagaras. And now it's just us and the Armor General. Give him the old lightning ball treatment. Thought I remembered a chest. A Stormlord Rod. What's that give us? A level 29 with... Hey, it's got Lance here. That could be worse. This one just giving treasure and treasure accessories. Another Raikamaru there. Don't know why I hit Vulcan there. It's a Psyche Vision. Yarthkins is the play. I get so used to just spamming Oregon's Audit these things to level 98 fields. that I sometimes forget. Get a little hand stupid, if you will. But yeah, just one experience from the big old bird lady. There's a water beast. Buffs have worn off. Something I've said about 8,000 times about high-level fragment, rig game and rig same, wear off super fast and are way too useful to not have on your character. There we go. See the enemy, hit the enemy with the element they're weak against. 2 elemental hits end that battle lickety-split. Which is good, because we have Wandering Armor General shenanigans ensuing. I'm not hating the payout from Farai Cruz here. 859 per hit. Not hating that at all. Grab me some of these cordyceps. If you're new to Fragment, perhaps just patched your first ISO. You may be a little confused as to why my cordyceps sound like this. If you visit a fragment from the net slum, there's a fantastic guide explaining how you could also set up the optional patch for the English language grunty food voices. Honestly, it's not necessary, and some people do prefer the Japanese voices, and I think they're both cool, honestly. Good morning, Roy. How you doing today? In for a bit of a treat. We are grinding our way to 99 with my Wave Master this morning. Having a bit of a go of it, too. Did 2 nice and easy runs through illicit wholesale grinding, and once we felt confident enough that we could handle all of the world's gob machines, we came to this level 95 field that has been kicking my tail with little combinations like this. I think we got all 3. Yeah. And we're just going to be dancing around, just trying to spread the target out. This is actually where I should be going with Rhynek for the increased cast time. You wouldn't think a spell taking longer would be an advantage, but it would allow me to maneuver a little better. Unfortunately, running out of mana only allows me to maneuver so well, and a Wandering Armor General comes in out of the blue. Fortunately, that was right at the end of his tether, if you will. Let me show you what I mean about Rhynek here. We'll cast it, you get the pretty purples, always nice on the snowfield, and I can run the whole way around this thing before the spell actually hits. Coming up to our last portals for the field here. See, reasons I don't have redundancies in element. That way when I'm a doof and I hit the wrong spell, it doesn't hurt me too badly. Going to Artisan Soul up here because we've been looting treasure and we'll get that money back and then some. Still beat the Juke Rom out of that. 2 more portals to go, being ever present for the appearance of Madame Niagara. It's not even the damage effect of the Madame Niagara that scares us, it's getting put to sleep. Not super likely as a Wave Master, but it can happen. Go with a little opposite element fun here. far less fun when you miss. Do like those spells in conjunction, though. They just look cool. My normal cheap-ass senses have to sort of go to the side here and say it's more important to actually have resources at the ready. There we go, 2 Armor Generals and a Madame Niagara to finish this whole field off. Not sure if that's close enough to catch them both. I didn't think it was. That is just close enough to lock that Armor General in place and then catch the other. And that'll be a complete kill. So by comparison, we were just tripping over experience at illicit wholesale grinding. And we made like 30, 40 experience out here. So this is going to take a while. Nice of these Armor Generals to find us, though. Make sure that it's not too long. One of each summon. That'll solve that problem. Also gives us something new to think about as we head out of the dungeon. Hey, finishing quarantine. Awesome. I'm assuming the game quarantine. I should specify that. In the current world landscape, I shouldn't automatically assume it's the video game we're talking about. My apologies on that. I have to go back and play IMOQ, yeah. I started up a playthrough again on my PS2. The Virus Core Farm. Maybe that's what I'll do next year. My PS2 stopped recognizing controllers upstairs, and I am a technological idiot. There's a game store I can take it to. Relatively close. I just haven't got there. It's kind of low on the priorities list for me. So, in the meantime, I got this, and I could just burn the ISOs onto the computer here, and I think that's the route I'll go. Considerably more trouble than that had to be, but we got through it. And honestly, a room like this, I'm more excited about the barrels and crates than the chest. Getting that restorative is nice, but that's what we're really after, pure waters. Picked up a couple, not sad. And the moon out of the chest. Could have been worse. Early indicators say this is going to be a smaller dungeon. Not really what we're looking for out of things here. Briny Guard. Yeah, you may be noticing that the treasures don't exactly line up with the level of the dungeon. Does give some nice variety, though. And yeah, that very much looks like a statue room here in floor 2, so we'll get our buffs back in order and see if this is indeed the end. I would think so by that layout. And in general, when it comes to procedurally generated fields, smaller floors usually means less floors. Had a feeling Madame Niagaras were coming. Little Castlevania room here. This way we know is a dead end, so we'll clear it out first. Psyche Vision here. Going to be a big old experience point for us. Elemental hit would have been sweet there, not going to lie. Did get a protect break, so I guess if I wanted to drain, I could. The issue with draining is as you get up higher level, you get very cognizant about the potential for experience loss as a side effect of data draining. Kind of goes counterintuitive for me here, and yet another way that high-level fragment is just a constant kick to sensitive places. Still an overall fun time. Just not for the faint of gaming heart. Treasure chest is going to be our last portal here, giving us the old double treasure room. Got a water beast and a permafrost. Which I guess kept that water beast at a nice, refreshing, chilly temperature. Let's see what we get out of the statue. Get a Blade's Chain, along with an Artisan Soul and a yellow candy. Level 87 light. That's not terrible. Also not using it because I've got it. Well, maybe. You know what? Actually, that's a bit of an improvement over the Raven Crest. Yeah, I think I'm a roll with that. I'm not sad about that at all. Don't really lose anything, balance out my darkness and light, and up everything sort of a point overall. Can't complain. $675. Yeah, that actually did slow down the experience right quick and in a hurry. Now we have to watch for any sort of ambushes just outside of the dungeon here because, of course, we had that floating armor general right by the door. Got out quick. Sell off our loot, restock, and head right back at it. Don't think we'll need the Stormlord Rod. You know what? I don't think I'll need that Raven Crest anymore either. Not too bad overall on the items. I will share that my son just did the most adorable thing. He was very carefully sneaking down so as not to disturb me and just was so excited to get the whole way down the stairs. Normally he does the typical kid thing where you just come thundering down them because stairs are an inconvenience and you gotta get from second floor to first as fast as possible without breaking bones. going to set the caduceus rod back up. Level 98 field, it is by far and away the optimal choice. And again, Organzot over Orvac ROM. Level 95, but Woodfield. So we'll probably need another quick swap here, but 95 is in that range. Pulling a lot of 95s today. That's unusual. Shameful Funky Slime Climb, though. That sounds equal parts amusing and disturbing. Speaking of amusing and disturbing, we're once again greeted by Armor Generals and Madame Niagara's right out of the gate. And a Psyche Vision for good measure. This is just getting worse by the second. Can't even do a quick swap because it's two different spells I need. So the first sleep chance go terribly awry. And yeah, the issue is we're now locked in place more than long enough for the Armor General to recover and attack again. No, we died. We went to 97. We were so close to 99, guys. Just a little late on one healing elixir. That quick, and the journey goes on. Shining Darkness has claimed yet another level off me. And we didn't even open a portal that time. How sad was that? Didn't even crack a fairy's orb. I don't even think we boosted anything. Well, hate to do it to you, Roy, but we're going back to illicit wholesale grinding. I now have, instead of 300 experience to get 1,300. Struggle's real. Yeah, just that quick. Things can and will happen. Quick way to turn an hour and a half stream into a 2.5 hour stream, I suppose. No luck with the J cores, huh? Let me check something real quick. Virus core Virus core J's you could get off of Earth Sains, if that helps at all. Looked it up on Linz's site. Handy monster reference. Set for quarantine. For the longest time, we just used that as our sort of de facto fragment reference because it's basically the same monster pool at high levels anyway. Yeah, that's all 8 there. Got to get back into my Crake at all times mode here. Ah, yes, my friends the goblins. That's all 8 there. So, new goal here is to get back to square one. As sad as that is to say, and even worse to feel. Just going to get back to square one, and once I'm back at level 98, that'll probably be the stream for today, and I'll just have to try and regain the rest for a little later. Just one of those things. Gonna try and group these 4 together. Great thing about making a slip up like that and releasing the portal early is all of the goblins still want to poke holes in me. So I make a fantastic central point. Hit my speed charm since that's one buff that can't come out of these portals. Rig Same and Atvax. Atvax does nothing for us, but Rig Same spares us a buff spell. Nice 8 for 8. Nice no damage proc there. Might be saving me from an early grave here. And very little else, because my god is this casting been atrocious. Still got a room left on this floor. I'm just slacking. Just not good today. Oh well. There's our 4-4, and we can make it down to floor 2. Or hopefully we just play better than that. Once again, get that speed boost out of the way. Rig game. Not sad about that. The up corpsman not really bringing much to the table here. Yeah, though, it was fun for numbers earlier. The loss of Apjuka just perpetually spawning out of the symbols, it felt like. Not really felt that badly, because splash damage is still more than enough without it to finish these things off. Just going to chill a moment, let our SP get up over 200. Rare double miss there. But they do happen. And when they do, we get stuck waiting even longer in tiny SP pool jail. Feels weird to say that about 400. But it is about 100 behind where I would typically be. Hey, 2J. Sorry about the level down. Yeah, this game really had a thing with just costing you levels. The series in general. Shame there isn't a farming field in quarantine to just get the experience back easy. The last area of the game is, it's super. I think the missing gob machines has actually wounded me far more than the level down this morning. Just because I keep having to kill gob machines. On the bright side, I know this will actually put me fairly close to a level up. Since I was upper 600s. I think I got lucky there. I literally only moved one step. So yeah, apparently you have one step leeway in these side rooms. Just let him take a stab at me while my SP regen. Head to Artisan Soul anyway, just for the sake of time. I will say this, by the time you're done with that last area, you don't want to hack anymore. Honestly, by the time you get the virus cores, you're like, I'm done. That's floor 2 down. Apvorv and Apryo, two things that give me nothing. Well, Apvorv isn't the worst. Physical defense, not so bad when all of your enemies do the stabby stab. If I'm at about 950, I may just go back to that field and get my level there. Show these random polygons. I will not be intimidated. Yes, I will. Once again, me moving in the side room like the putts, I just opened the second portal and made things 5 times tougher than it needed to be. Better clear of that room at least. Just going to brute force it. We actually made about 50, 60,000 on those runs earlier, so it's not really going to faze me too much to spend a little cash here. I guess if it was bothering me all that much, I could just take the extra couple minutes and pick up those treasures. Won't, but I could. Okay, we have Apvorv and Apgans. We also picked up an Apvorm out of that set, but God machines aren't casting, so still needs to be said that we are as stout against the gob machines as we are getting. Guess it didn't need to be said. That's easily implied. There we are. Hoping for a 4-4 there. And we got it. Cool. And we have one more set of these lovely rooms in this particular dungeon run. So coming up first is that central room where we are just crashing in the middle. And hoping for an 8 of 8 here. Another 7 of 8 might just hurt my feelings. Well, thank goodness the game feels my feelings are worth sparing. Go for a 4 out of 4 out of near portal. See, it's real easy if you just do everything perfect. This is what I've learned. Pretty crisp, full clear. And a virus core O. And after that clear, we are at 963. So yeah, I'm going to set the staff up right here. Since we already know that Staff of Truth is more useful in level 95 than it is in level 98. No, I don't want that, because I already have a darkness spell. For Rye Cruise it is. Okay, let's go on a revenge run. Again, not needed, but I'm admittedly still waking up and feeling rather petty, so. Going to show a video game who's boss, and by the amount of effort I'm putting into this, it's real easy to read that the game is. Did get 2 more noble wines out of the deal. Definitely did not use Fairy's Orb there, definitely did use Speed Charms. That is one thing I wish. And I would totally give up the stats for it. I want to say my belt item is actually a pretty decent belt item. I don't know. See, I wouldn't give up Alert Greaves. I don't think I could anyway. No, because Cat's Boots. Like, I guess the Time Sash. Yeah, Yeah, Time Sash would be the fit there. I don't hate Blade's Chain, but I just wish Wave Masters and Fragment could get Abdu, and they can't. Oh well. Back to Shameful Funky Slime Climb, a fantastic place to have lost a level. And we're going to go win it back. Hopefully the J-Cores are still coming for you. There's our welcoming committee. But we came prepared. Already down 1. That is huge. It's our only visible target, so of course it had to go. Diabolical strat there. Got Rig Game in because I knew it couldn't kill me outright. Gonna recast it here just to refresh, but that means we should be up over 200 when I get a cast file wrapped. So yeah, that battle sucked. And as an added kick, that treasure chest literally despawned as I went to pick it up. But we're alive. That counts. Should just lead literally every portal off with Vulcan. See a Madame Niagara poking its head out from behind that little mushroom cluster. It was not so sneaky. These two, however, those two, plenty sneaky. Go ahead, lock that in place. Get our little rock and roll darkness light show going. Okay, there we go. I don't know, Roy. When you're playing Quarantine, did you take a bad beat anywhere and just decide to go back to that field for a revenge run? If not, I give you all the credit in the world. And if so, just share details. You finished! Awesome. See, they got all out of sorts there. Hate when that happens, then you gotta group them back together. Suppose you don't really have to. That's a lot better than them wandering around slashing you up while you try and cast. Speaking of cast, I'm gonna have a real hard time doing that if I'm not regenerating at a high level. Oh yeah, we'll definitely level here. It would have to be one of the dinkiest dungeons of all time for that not to happen. Beautiful. Get the Madam Niagara out of there first. And yeah, it's only going to hit for splash damage because I cast that a little too quick. I think it missed on the splash damage anyway, so all worked out for the best, I suppose. Gonna take the long way around, keep an eye out for wandering monsters, and let my SP regen pseudo-naturally. Speaking of wandering monsters, there's the Psyche Vision just begging to not have hit points. There's an Armor General just begging us to get lazy. We naturally do not want to do what the Armor General says, because the last time we did that, it cost us 1,000 XP, right? But I do want to track that down before we go too much further. Hey, an Earth Staff. We pulled something you could just buy in Net Slum. Which I know sounds flippant when you say it like that. And this is one of the more unique differences between Fragment and the IMOQ games, thanks to the online portion. You can literally just go into Net Slum. Shining Darkness and Crab are almost always up if the lobby is operational, and that's 2 places with end level content right there. And since there's no cap, you just grind yourself some gold on some low level fields, and you get some high level gear before it's practical. Gives great stats. You're not using the abilities. So lost my mind there for a second and was throwing Yarthgans at 4 Madam Niagaras. Mainly lost my mind because I was looking at 4 Madam Niagaras. Not nearly as scary for a Wave Master as it is for a Blade Master, but of course Blade Master's my main. So I see 4 of those and I just see another 1,000 points lost. Beautiful elemental hit to end that combat off with. I guess if there is one advantage to falling to level 97, it's the unbridled joy of gaining 2 experience off a Psyche Vision one more time. You could actually get, with the sequence of Rhynak, Farai, Cruz, and Vulcan, those 3 spells damaging in very quick succession, which is kind of a fun way of doing it. There's a Hunting Guard. Seems familiar. 71, yeah, that's another one you can get in Net Slum's shop. So this is actually where the Net Slum shopkeeper farms items, and it killed us. Now I feel like a scrub. And the kill. Cool. And just for the sake of it, mushroom. Got a level up, got our mushrooms. I'm going to go say hi to the Spring of Mist, which is actually the most dangerous thing you could do soloing in Fragment. And then we'll hit that dungeon. So we're ending it on a good note at least. See? That right there is the reason why. We're just minding our own business, and there was a Madam Niagara literally camping this spot. Oh, let's throw in the Earth Staff. Let's see what it gives us. Nice day. Should go up in strength. I'm sorry, monsieur. It was neither a gold nor a silver axe. In fact, it was not an axe at all. All right. It's a Burning Brand. I remember that. Burning Brand has Vulcan CH, and this was my backup staff for my Wave Master for the longest time, because you could just go to the field in Crab Server that gave you the Guild Seal and just farm experience off of the Wyverns using Vulcan. Good memories there. Picked up Rigsame out of the portal. Symbol, not portal. Now I just forget how to use words. Walk inside. Well, I was going to walk inside the mouth of that giant mushroom. And then along came an armor general and Madame Niagara just to prove that terrible things really do happen all the time here. But we picked up a little extra experience. And an Emperor's Soul that I've apparently got 99 of. So we didn't. I lied. We did not pick that Emperor's Soul up. We thought about it. We really did. Actually very familiar with this color scheme. This is very similar, if not the same, as the color scheme on the little earthen cave dungeons in the forest wood fields, which makes sense because this is a wood field too. There's our boy, the Astra King, and I threw fire at a fire monster. We're just going to have to out-magic him with other stuffs. Because I'm not switching off of Staff of Truth for this. Could be a big old boring battle. Oof. Came right in on us. There's our protect break, I guess. And there's our kill. So yeah, quality 2. Nothing out of those. It's a little sad. Did get a green call. That's nice money. Tiny room coming up. Let's see what we got here. Another Astra King. It forced my hand. Hey, elemental hit, finally. Okay, game wins. Did not take but 2 of the Astra Kings for me to rethink my position on this. Going to set Orvakram as my L2 and square, though, as Madame Niagaras are a far bigger threat to me than Psyche Visions. Trying to get armor level 99. Not a bad call. Never a bad call. Okay, that's floor 1 in the books. Nice. I think, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think that NPC trades may be able to help with that. Oof. Pandora's boxes. 1000% physical tolerant and try to confuse the hell out of you. Not going to work on us super often, but if it does, we're in for a bad time. Also, such a weird feeling for a Pandora's box to turn into a treasure. Just going to throw that out there. Not messing around with these in the least, and there you could see why. We get confused, and now we get to spend all this time running in place and attacking. Yeah, normally you get sort of happy when monsters are nice enough to spread out, and Pandora's boxes are the one exception, because that just means you're that much closer to getting got. We made it through relatively okay there. Picking up some jungle rage, apt. Just a risky treasure here. Yet another Emperor's Soul we didn't really need. Feels weird to say that. Picking up those green call, though. You found something. Nice. Level 99 helmet. The Usurper Helm. Fantastic item. Oh, that's right. I don't have the Staff of Truth up. See, I thought I was being all slick there. Yeah, my Blade Master on Fragment here is running full 99s, and Absolutely love it. Probably the only set of max armor I've got, because some of the other stuff at lower levels in that upper echelon but not quite top tier I just adore. Plus, I'm not going to lie, I generally stop at an instance of null damage on one item. Almost quit this dungeon early. What was I thinking there? And here we have the Guardian. Could drain it. Not going to drain it. Instead, just going to give it an awful lot of fire. And now that I've fired till I can't fire no more. See, it's tough to want to cast Lance here again when it misses. Also, not the easiest thing to do all that work for one experience, but I almost didn't see it. John Cena right there. Yay. That skill drain by the Astra King is just brutal. Every part of the Astra King is brutal. I should rephrase. I don't even know if I'll wind up ahead of where I was. One thing's for certain, I gotta change the title of this stream after. We did not get 99 live. Not even close. Well, we were close. Technically, we were close. You almost have to go turn-based with the Astra King. You take your attack, you let it take its. Cool. Got one more. Cool. Intentionally weighted that one down. Figured confusion against one, not so big a deal. Picking up some jungle rage. And that's 3 floors in the book. The 99 boots. Well, those may be a bit of a struggle in quarantine. Very glad we got that armor general out of the road. Did not like the potential of being confused and running into an armor general. Just a treasure chest here. That whole big rundown, and it's just a treasure chest. This time the Pandora's box is without the benefit of armor general. They have a skill drain too, but it's nothing we're too concerned about. Three armor generals are something we are eternally concerned about. Okay, now we've got him in. Getting that third one back up with the rest of the class was the important thing. Just one more portal here on the fourth. Make our way to the side. And it's a treasure chest. We're not sad about that. Potential statue chest right down there in the bottom left. Can't really see that room fully defined yet, so not 100% on that. Oh, very much looking that way now. And yeah, this we could just hard cast, even with the menu not pausing. Level 98 field, we would of course had that on shortcut because it's pretty much guaranteed you're running into Psyche Visions everywhere there. Here, not so much a guarantee. More a guarantee you'll run into these guys at any event. Not liking that feeling. Really not liking that feeling. Sometimes survival and victory are the same thing, and that was a case there. I burned way too many healing elixirs, but I also didn't level down again. And here's the Guardian. And just for the heck of it, let's go ahead and data drain. Why not? Picking up the Sunfang. About as good a reason as I could have not to data drain. Whew. Oh my goodness. It just threw Silent Bomber at me. Like, it's literally drawing every spell. You don't get to see that often. And my goodness, was that fun once and never again. Yeah, literally every spell possible. I'm going to rebuff and take a moment to just appreciate that. Almost got Meow out of it. I wonder if you drag that on for long enough, if you get Meow. Honestly, you just get killed. Almost happened to us when he pulled the Rhynek Fa sort of spell lock on us, where everything was building and all of a sudden we took 3 spells. Bop, bop, bop. 2 more portals to go here. This is a Guardian that we will not be data draining. Definitely not doing it for the Sun Fang. Probably get one more, yep. Hit my summon, get one more Orvac Rom here. And then Artisan Soul. And there we go. Pretty tricky battle just being the Guardian, and then you get to the bracelet, and it's what did I do? Not gonna lie, I was warned in advance that the Guardians and bracelets on Shining Darkness, which by the way are enemies you're not typically going to run into in Fragment, that they may or may not have been fixed, restored to how they work in quarantine. You may have noticed from previous videos, they didn't do so much of that in the past. They normally just did basic attacks and stood there and looked kind of cool. Something went a little buggy with them, and they've been fixed, much to everyone's joy. Picking up some Demon's Hands. That's a level 99 item. Yeah. And yeah, the Sun Fang. Not worth it to face the bracelet. Taking a look at our status page, we are exactly where we were when this stream started. Unbelievable. Could not have scripted it that way. Folks, I'm going to get off here. It's been a day, and I still have so much day to go. Happy to have got these couple hours in. As always, great talking .hack. Roy, congratulations on the J cores and the gear. Next time I check in with you, look forward to hearing how your end of quarantine, the game experience was. And I don't know, I'm going to jump on later. Probably not going to stream it, but it was kind of a silent goal of mine today to get this character to 99. So I wouldn't have to ask my friends in the voice chat game every Sunday if we could just run to get my character to 99. I'm going to throw out these fire hands and keep these demon hands. This was a lot of fun to stream. Lost a level, gained it back. Made a regrettable decision and lived to tell the tale. Yeah, down to 45. Literally went through half of my healing elixirs. Bye-bye profits. That's okay, though. Grab some speed charms and then call it a day. Well, call it a stream. I should say that. So thank you very much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you around.